Everyone, this is Tim Picciott, the Liberty Advisor, and we're here with Yani Malahov. Hopefully I pronounced that somewhat right. And he is the godfather of crypto, that would be David Chom, the godfather of Ethereum. And so you can tell us a little bit about, your journey into crypto and how you started with Ethereum and now some of the new projects you're working on?
Yeah, so my journey with crypto and blockchain started with Bitcoin originally. So I discovered Bitcoin in 2011, and I thought it's like the internet of money, and I need to be involved in a way or another. So in late 2012 I decided to become a blockchain professional, meaning that I would spend all my time in blockchain land, which back then was really small and not so many people involved. And of course there was the Bitcoin magazine with Vitalik Buterin, and I got to know Mihai, Alicia.
When he was getting paid like $5 an hour to write articles.
Yeah, exactly. And he was living off $4 a day. I don't know, exactly did the math how much, but it was a very different time back then, when essentially almost all the crypto people were only enthusiasts and idealists especially, and especially also crypto anarchists. And not crypto millionaires. I just did another interview for Cryptonaries, which is the name points already to a different time of crypto. So back then it was more authentic, I would say, and more on the ground. And now we're in Las Vegas, which already also speaks for this. And I was working with Vitalik on. I actually had hired Vitalik to work with me on a colored coin wallet project as a developer, and
Was this trying to do it on the Bitcoin network?
Yeah, correct. This was doing it on the Bitcoin network. We developed a custom colored coin protocol to issue shares or digital editions of digital artwork on the Bitcoin blockchain. So back then it was just a prototype, let's say proof of concept, a working proof of concept. It was not very efficient because we were using like one output of Bitcoin transaction was one coin or share or one edition of the artwork. We knew this back then, but for us it was enough already for just having coins, sub-currencies or editions or shares on the Bitcoin blockchain. And we were chatting then after this project kind of like got a bit or pivoted. We were chatting, and I published this blog post called The Godfather of Ethereum, where I also published one of the original chat logs which I had with Vitalik. One evening or one night, European, and I forgot where he was. I think I was in America, so it was more early in the day, during his day, and we're talking about Mastercoin and colored coins and what we could improve over like existing token platforms. And I suggested to him to have updatable algorithms on blockchains, and a day or two later he started writing the Ethereum white paper and called this smart contracts, and gave it the name Ethereum. And I also participated in the first Ethereum house and announcement and conference in Miami Beach, and stayed closely in touch with early Ethereum people, but somehow lost interest and decided to work on a new blockchain. And this was actually not Eternity, but now...
So right now you're not with Ethereum anymore?
No, I'm not with Ethereum anymore. There's actually a talk on YouTube of me, where I talk about blockchain and Ethereum in the Silicon Valley in April 2014. So back then, one could say I was very much with Ethereum. Now I'm with Eternity blockchain, so I decided to launch a better, scalable, and easier governable smart contract platform with a new smart contract language, which is more safe way of writing smart contracts, and it increases the productivity of developers a lot if they have just a much better.
Is it going to be easier for the average maybe developer to implement this versus Ethereum?
Yeah, this is absolutely our goal. Easier, faster, more safe as well, and the transaction fees are lower, way lower, as well as the bytecode is much lower, like 10 times lower compared to Ethereum. So we expect a huge efficiency upgrade forward.
So you can have CryptoKitties running your network and not crash it then?
Right, we can scale much better, and there are also state channels where currently two parties can open up a state channel and essentially have an infinite amount of transaction within the state channel with the speed of light. And in case of one of the parties cheats or doesn't do what the smart contract says, what the counterparty should do, then the last signed state can be taken from the other counterparty and published with the smart contract to the blockchain. So the smart contracts can stay private as well as scale and have almost zero transaction fees. Essentially, in state channel it is zero.
Now, as a state channel, is it somewhat similar to a Lightning network? Because maybe not all of our viewers might not understand, maybe even understand Lightning, but so it's similar where it's a separate kind of off-chain transaction, and eventually you can bring it back onto chain.
Right, like the Lightning network says already, it's a network, and state channel is just one channel. But yes, there are people already working on creating a network of state channels, and the Lightning network on Bitcoin is just a payment network, so it's more simple. And for many use cases, for example, here we are in a casino hotel. Online casino would not need to have a full network. It has its regular customers. They want to play 1 or 5 or 10 games a day. They just top up their wallets essentially with a state channel, and then they can do an infinite amount of transactions as long as they don't run out of funds. And in case the casino cheats or they just want to close and take what's inside the channel, they can also do this at any moment. So essentially they have no way less problems, like first faster transactions, second zero fees, and like you don't need the network. So this is cool.
Yeah, thank you. I know for me, one of the big aha moments, I learned about crypto early on, but I had some, or learned about Bitcoin early on, but then it was also around the time that I read Creature from Jekyll Island about the Federal Reserve, and I was starting to think that maybe crypto would be mark of the beast, so I ended up not getting in as early as I wish I did. But it was actually when I discovered Ethereum that I was like, wait a minute, like this is amazing that you have smart contracts where it's a lot more than just, fake money being thrown back and forth, that there's actual real world implications, whether it's putting the stock market on the blockchain one day, whether it's putting real estate transactions. And so for me, that was the big thing that I really wish that I knew back in 2011, is that somebody drilled that into my head. So for you, let's say we're talking to half our audience right now that are not big fans of crypto. What would you say to those people who are not maybe gold bugs, silver bugs, of hey, listen, it's a lot more than what you think, and this is one of the reasons, this is one of the things that I think you should know that maybe you might not know if you're just hearing about Bitcoin for the first time now?
Yeah, I mean, Bitcoin is just a start. Obviously, I would say it's the mother of all cryptocurrencies and of all blockchains, and it's kind of like a beautiful piece of art, I would say. I think it will remain having value as long as it can be transferred and as long as it doesn't break, but I don't see this breaking anytime soon. So what I want to say is that additionally to this, of course, I would say that everything else which is like a shared resource or a shared object will or should be tokenized and put on a blockchain, because blockchains are just mathematically proven, cryptographically safe data structures, and why should we not use this superior technology which is built on logic, and very smart people are working on different blockchain projects. Eternity is one of them, and I think there will be also in the future several blockchain projects, not that many who do proof of work, I think, but we can't just centralize on one blockchain like Bitcoin and everything will be tokenized, and we are like on the forefront of doing this, so enabling people to tokenize anything. Like, for for example, tokenize a company would be a security. This is, for example, possible in Liechtenstein to tokenize securities, but also everything else will become possible to be tokenized. Starting from January the 1st, the Blockchain Act will become active, and any right which can be written down on paper can also alternatively be expressed as a token or as some sort of thing on a blockchain. And this is again just the start of, let's say, the tokenization of everything, and just ending the age of paper and moving.
So we're this is still early days, because some people might think, oh, we missed Bitcoin. It's, I can't get in on it now. So you're saying this is still pretty early days when it comes to the other outside applications besides just transferring value back and forth. There's other applications, and still we're at the ground floor of where we are today versus what could be going on in the future.
Yeah, I mean, the internet as a knowledge platform, information platform, now also adds a value platform to its set of tools, essentially, and this will create even more innovation, and people will become it will become possible for people all around the world to collaborate, to work together on projects, and get also paid and incentivized for doing this collaboration online on a global level, but also on a local level with local communities and cryptographic identities and governance. And this is just the start, absolutely. It's just the beginning.
And now, can you let people know where they can find out more about your company, where they can find out more about you? And Eternity is with an A, so it's A and then Eternity. If someone wants to find out more, so where can people find out more about your company?
Exactly, it's Eternity, eternity.com. There's the forum. If you just Google for Eternity Forum, Eternity Blockchain Forum, you will be able to find it. The website is slightly outdated. We are relaunching it, as well as the white paper is currently being completely written from scratch to essentially show the current code or the current implementation, and leave also enough space for the future to evolve. And if you want to be more involved or have questions, or if you want to develop or introduce yourself to the existing community, the forum is the best place, forum.eternity.com.
All right, well, thank you, Yani. We appreciate your time today. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Like what you see here at WHAM, don't forget to check the links below. GoFundMe, Patreon. We cannot do it without you guys. Every donation is extremely, extremely appreciated, as we're getting incredibly shadow banned. We've lost 80% of our audience since January of 2019 and counting. They are ripping us apart here on YouTube, and the only thing we could do in the meantime as we prepare for the next big step is to ask for help from the viewers that support our free information that we try to post on a daily basis. You can also find us on Subscribestar, where just $1 a month, that's all it takes, $1 a month is all it takes to truly make a huge difference. If everyone gave $1 a month, it would change everything for independent media, and we could win this information war, and we could defeat the mainstream medias eventually. And of course, on Subscribestar, we post subscriber-only content that you'll only see on Subscribestar. So make sure to pledge there, become a patron. That makes a huge difference, guys. And also, don't forget to check out our Bitcoin address below in the comments and description, as well as on the screen for you to scan, if you please. And also, don't forget to subscribe to us on the alternatives. We will likely be deleted by YouTube in the next 2 years. It's already happening on a vast scale, so make sure to find us on float.app, that's flote.app, at Josh Sigurdson, as well as at WHAM, W-A-M. Float.app is replacing every social media, and I mean, it's just incredible the opportunities it provides for not just creators, but for the average person who wants to get away from these nannies telling them what they can or cannot see. They plan to replace Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, Tumblr, Reddit, and Patreon. You could subscribe to us on Float and pledge with cryptocurrency. It's really innovative. We are also on BitChute at World Alternative Media, as well as so many others, Minds, PocketNet. You can find us at World Alternative Media on Instagram. There's many options. And finally, don't forget to join us at Anarchapulco 2020, the famous event, the best liberty event known to mankind other than perhaps Anarcho Vegas 2020. There are two major events coming up that we are extremely excited about, and you can use promo code WHAM, that's W-A-M, and save 10% on your tickets to these legendary conferences. There's so many amazing people speaking there. You won't want to miss it. So make sure to support in any way you can, even if it's just sharing our videos, pressing like, pressing to be notified. Anything helps, folks. You are the change you wish to see. Thanks for watching, everyone. And until next time, this is Josh Sigurdson signing out from World Alternative Media. Find the truth, be the change.
I'm sure you have already changed people's minds in your young age because you're involved, and I like that.